Once upon a time, in a quaint town of Bethlehem, where houses were adorned with rugged stones and the skies held a cosmic ballet of twinkling stars, an extraordinary birth transpired. Inside a humble manger filled with hay, scented with the earthiness of nature, Mary held her newborn, Jesus, wrapped in simple cloth, but glowing with an ethereal light.
Look at him, Mary. His eyes, they hold galaxies,
whispered Joseph, his voice tinged with awe and disbelief.
Indeed, Joseph, he is a messenger of God, a beacon of hope.
Mary responded softly, her eyes meeting the infant's as if sharing a secret older than time itself. As if on cue, the heavens opened, casting a divine spotlight on the small stable. Shepherds, wrapped in their simple woolen cloaks, and wise men, draped in garments of velvet and gold, navigated the land and crossed deserts, following the guiding star with a burning sense of urgency.
Could this infant truly be the one foretold in ancient scriptures?
Mused Balthazar, one of the wise men, his eyes narrowed, scrutinizing the celestial alignment above.
We must take heed. His path will be strewn with trials,
cautioned another wise man, Melchior, his eyes shadowed but bright, like a fading ember. Jesus' childhood was a tapestry of paradoxes, ordinary yet extraordinary, simple yet profound. He would often engage the village elders, asking questions that were almost unsettling in their depth.
Father, why must there be suffering?
A young Jesus once asked Joseph as they took a break from carpentry, surrounded by wood shavings and the scent of freshly cut timber.
Some questions, my son, even elude the grasp of seasoned minds. But remember this, kindness is the balm for wounds unseen and unheard.
Joseph answered, his eyes locking onto Jesus in a silent acknowledgement of his unprecedented wisdom. As years unfurled like the petals of a blooming rose, Jesus knew his time had come. With a heart swollen with love yet burdened with purpose, he began his divine mission. His words were like gentle ripples in a pond, at first touching only a few, but soon spreading, boundless in their reach.
My friends, why do you worry so?
Jesus asked his disciples as they stood overlooking a crowd of thousands, their faces fraught with concern over feeding them.
Master, there are too many and we have but a few loaves and fish,
replied Peter, his voice tinged with a helpless realism.
A miracle is but a possibility, waiting for faith to turn the key.
Jesus spoke softly. And with that, he raised his hands, blessing the meager food, and to the amazement of all, it multiplied, filling baskets and bellies alike. However, as the moon waxes and wanes, so did the tides of public opinion. While many revered him, others, most notably the Pharisees and rulers, saw his influence as a threat. A storm was brewing, and everyone could feel it in the air, a static charge of impending drama.
Tell us, Master, should we pay taxes to Caesar or not?
A Pharisee once questioned, his voice dripping with a deceit masked as innocence.
Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's.
Jesus responded, unveiling the trap with grace and turning it into a lesson of wisdom. It was not long before the storm broke. Betrayed by Judas, one of his own, Jesus was arrested. As he was led to his crucifixion, carrying a cross heavier than the world's sorrow, his eyes met Mary's. Time stood still, and in that single moment, a lifetime of love and a promise of hope was exchanged.
My mother, it will all make sense someday,
Jesus whispered, his voice reaching her through the throngs of people, both tearful and jeering. On the crucifix, as the sky turned a dark, foreboding gray, Jesus took his last breath. But this was not an end, it was a beginning. When his tomb was found empty 3 days later, faces filled with incredulity and joy, the truth became apparent.
He has risen!
Shouted Peter, his eyes wide, his voice shaking as if holding the magnitude of a revelation too grand for mere words. Jesus appeared to them once more, reinforcing their purpose and sealing their faith.
Go forth and spread the teachings, for the kingdom of God lives within each of you,
He said, his voice a comforting blend of authority and warmth as he ascended, leaving behind a legacy that would touch hearts for generations to come. And so, the story of Jesus Christ, a tale spun with threads of love, sacrifice, and redemption, became a perpetual flame, illuminating the dark corridors of time, forever reminding humanity of the eternal truths he had shared.
Remember, my children, the kingdom of God is within you.
Echoed his voice, as if carried by the wind, heard in the rustling leaves, and felt in the warmth of every loving embrace. And so it was. And so it is.